How's it going, everyone? Gotta go over some very unfortunate news as a major development studio has faced a security breach. We'll talk about that. They have made an official announcement about the situation, but it looks like a lot of unfortunate circumstances attached to Red Barrels on this ransomware attack. So we'll talk about that. We'll also cover some more positive news. Avatar: The Last Airbender is getting a AAA RPG, an exclusive report by IGN on that, and a recently released game getting received incredibly well. This was a lower key release. Obviously, there are a ton of big games coming out, and I do want to cover this game a little bit more, so the attention is out there. We'll talk that at the end of this video. But right off the top, some unfortunate news around Red Barrel right now, the development studio around the horror franchise Outlast. That's what they're the best known for. They noted in an announcement, and they have since made their X account, Twitter account, private. The Red Barrel team regrets to announce that its internal IT systems were recently impacted by a cybersecurity event involving access to some of its data. As soon as its event was detected, measures were deployed to secure the systems and the information contained therein. A group of leading external cybersecurity experts has been mandated to conduct an in-depth investigation into the incident. We've also notified stakeholders potentially affected by the event and the relevant authorities. As a precautionary measure, our employees have been offered appropriate support. With the investigation now completed and the security event contained, we want to reassure you that our players have not been impacted by the event. The hit on our production timeline has been significant. We will do our best to follow our roadmap, but unfortunately some things will have to be delayed. We'll share more detailed update on that as soon as we can. We take this event and the security of information with our care very seriously. Faced with a constantly evolving cyber threat, the studio will continue to implement appropriate measures guided by best practices to ensure secure environment for our employees, partners, and players. We appreciate the support of our incredible community as we focus on the future of the Outlast trial. So unfortunate news. This is not going to get as much traction as, let's say, a Insomniac and their hack. Red Barrels is just not well known like that, but this is a significant leak as far as the files that have been leaked were amounting to 1.8 terabytes, and there's a file list of 1.5 million rows of files. Red Barrel is not the biggest studio in the world, so this is super unfortunate. Looking at their X account, it is still protected and privated, and that is super unfortunate. Outlast Trials was a fairly well-received game, and Outlast in general has become one of the more popular horror franchises, so hopefully everything does, turn out for the best. Ultimately, the Insomniac leak was awful, and it, leaked a lot of private information as far as the game development, but it doesn't seem like they are going to be affected. Like sales numbers or anything like that, the perception of the studio, I don't feel will ever be affected by something like this. Everybody feels bad for those affected, but obviously as far as securing information and private data, that is more important than anything, and there were reports of the source code for these various games leaked as well, so obviously you don't want that happening either, but hopefully everything does turn out for the best, and we'll give you guys an update when we learn more about that. Alright, moving on from that, Avatar: The Last Airbender is getting its first AAA game IGN can exclusively reveal. Paramount Game Studios and Saber Interactive announced today a new action RPG based in what's called the Avatar Legends universe, the label based on the world first introduced by Nickelodeon's Avatar: The Last Airbender. It's in collaboration with Avatar Studios. It's still in very early development. It'll put players into the role of an all-new, never-before-seen Avatar, so keep that in mind. It takes place thousands of years in the past, according to Paramount and Saber. Players can expect to be immersed in a vibrant world, master all four elements, engage in dynamic combat alongside companions, and experience the challenges and decisions that come with being a keeper of balance in this world. So, a lot to dissect there. Notably, it is being developed by Saber Interactive, incredibly talented studio there. And I feel like Avatar: The Last Airbender, or Avatar in general, I can't say Last Airbender, that is the show obviously most of us grew up watching. I feel like Avatar in general has been due a big budget video game that was actually good. There have been Avatar games that have been released, but none of them have turned out to be really good. There was that Xbox 360 game that a lot of people bought just for the 1,000 gamer score, and I'm not gonna lie, your boy may have been one of those. And there was the recently released game that was terrible. Avatar hasn't had a good outing, and it's an IP that I feel like if it has a true legit big budget outing, it would be maybe not to the level of Hogwarts Legacy, but think about Hogwarts Legacy and how long overdue a big budget Harry Potter themed open world RPG was. It was long needed and wanted, but we were just getting, and this is coming from somebody that doesn't care at all about Harry Potter, but I can assess the popularity of the IP to an extent. We were just getting mid-level games and movie tie-in games. Same thing with Avatar. You just get mediocre game after mediocre game. Now, with Saber Interactive at the helm, which, by the way, they've done a lot of big titles. World War Z, Warhammer Space Marine 2, yes, they were involved in the development of that game. Evil Dead the game, you know, they're at least somewhat notable, and as long as they have a backing attached to them, I think they'll do a really good job. And again, I think this is long overdue for Avatar. Now, personally speaking, as somebody that's not entrenched in the overall universe, I didn't watch Legend of Korra outside of, you know, catching it here and there. I didn't watch it to its completion. Honestly, I don't know the overall narrative of that show. But growing up with Avatar The Last Airbender, I would have loved an action RPG, a AAA game that was centered around Aang. I'm down with a, you know, new character as well. Hogwarts Legacy, it's not like that game was centered around Harry Potter or anything like that. So they can totally make it work. Hopefully they just have a compelling Avatar at the helm of this story. And Avatar The Last Airbender has been a show I've wanted to do a rewatch of for a long time. It's just a little bit difficult to commit any amount of time to rewatch shows at this point. I'm actually watching the new Rurouni Kenshin series, so like that's the main show I'm watching right now, but at some point I want to give Avatar another shot. But nonetheless, big budget title in development, probably a ways, and I mean a ways away. We're talking like 2030, 2028, like let's say 2028 to 2030, around that range, if it's in early development and if it's going to be a true big budget title. Lastly, a lot of immense positive reception around the recently released Kill Knight by PlaySide. PlaySide was nice enough to send me a copy of the game. I plan on checking it out here very shortly. A lot of games to play, obviously, and Kill Knight isn't coming out at an ideal time. However, there has been, I don't want to say a lull, but a little bit of a calm before the storm until next week with Silent Hill 2, Dragon Ball Sparking Zero, and Metaphor, so this might be a good chance to check this out. Kill Knight is an ultra-responsive, arcade-inspired isometric action shooter condemned to eternal sufferance deep within the voids of an eldritch arena. You must wield an arsenal of devastating weaponry to obliterate swarms of otherworldly horrors and master the demon within. Very positive reception on Steam right now, 154 reviews, 94% positive, and get this, only 4 critic reviews on Metacritic, but as I am recording this video, a 91 on Metacritic. Legitimately one of the best received games of the year across 4 reviews. Now that's not a significant enough sample size. I'm sure more reviews will definitely trickle in, especially with the early reception of this game, but the reception has been rather strong and I'm excited to check it out. If you're into, you know, action heavy games with a darker aesthetic, this is going to be one to certainly keep on your radar. Priced at $14.99, there is a 10% off launch discount for $13.49, so it might be something worthwhile to check out, but that is available right now, so give that a look. Again, Kill Knight, 10% off, and being received incredibly well as of the recording of this video, and I'm sure it'll continue. I mean, 154 reviews on Steam is a decent enough sample size, 94% positive. Hopefully, it can crack that overwhelmingly positive tier that I know a lot of developers really do value, and a 91 on Metacritic. I mean, if it can even retain north of an 80, that's a successful score. But that'll do it for me. Again, unfortunate news to about Red Barrels. Wishing all of them the best, and hopefully they can figure out the situation as far as that's concerned. Avatar The Last Airbender getting a AAA RPG, and Kill Knight, 91 on Metacritic. How about that? That's going to do it for me. Let me know all of your thoughts in the comments section down below. Sound off there. Thank you for watching, and goodbye. Hey guys, we hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, make sure to hit the subscribe button, and if you're already subscribed, do us a favor and hit the bell icon. This way you'll be notified whenever we post a new video. That's the best way to keep up with all of our uploads, and we usually try to upload 2 videos a day. And with the bell icon hit, you'll be notified whenever we do upload a video. As always, thanks for watching.